Welcome to the test server news desk. We're going to be testing Skorid the half spawn, gem giveaways, and more. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. How you doing today? I want to welcome you on in to this Skorid the half spawn video here on the test server. Thank you, Plarium, for allowing us on the test server as always. We are going to be doing some gem giveaways. Copy that player ID, put it in the comments below. And congratulations to those winners from some recent videos. We have Nemesis, Creds, John, George, some other ones as well. I don't always get to publishing in a video winners of the gem giveaways, but people always win. So put those player IDs down below and come on in and let's go take a look at Skorid the half spawn. What do you need to know about this guy? Well, he's kind of a damage dealer, and he does Hex. His primary purpose is going to be Hydra clan boss, but I'm sure you can use him in a lot of other areas as well. Let's jump on over to full screen and take a look at this breakdown. Okay, so we have Skorid, and he does this Hex ability, and it's before attacking, which is really nice. That's going to boost him up above some of the other Hex champions in the game because number one, he places it, so it's not based on his affinity, and number two, that happens before the attack. So all of that makes for an ability that is a level up above some of the other champions we're going to discuss today. Also, we're going to have two AoEs, and that's going to be a great complement to his kit. And then we have this A1. If it happens, it happens. You don't need to rely on it. And then a passive that is going to really help him cycle through, ignore defense, all of those things. He is not going to be insane. Don't let anybody clickbait you into thinking he's going to be insane. But he is very good. He is not insane, but he is very good. He's very usable. Probably a lot of people should go for him, but let's head over and see what his damage capabilities are so that you can judge that. Then we're going to take a look at some Hydra teams and do all of the comparisons. Okay, Dragon 20, a very common place to test damage. What we're looking for here is consistency, okay? So we have our attack aura, we have increase attack, we have decrease defense and weaken, and then we have our damage dealer. That's how I do the damage test so that I can stay consistent for you and show all of those things, okay? So when we come in here, what we're looking for is for us to clear the wave with the champion in question, okay? And I am so pleased to tell you that he is definitely going to be able to do that. He's going to range 250 to 300,000 on those hits. Now, if we come in here again, it's not going to be very effective. Yes, I know Calamitous is missing gear, so we don't have to take turns with him. Unfortunately, in a test like this, it's not going to be very effective because all of the champions are not going to have Hex. But we can slow it down and we can target somebody else. 151. And then 200, okay? I still don't really understand why sometimes other champions are not taking damage. So is that a bug, Plarium? Am I missing something? Let me know in the comments. But you could see, like, it killed Tyrell, but it did not kill the stupid rare over here who had Hex. So that is kind of confusing, but it does do good damage when there is Hex there, okay? So let's go ahead and cycle through to his A1. Okay, there we go. And boost. And A1. 154. So that is decent Damage on all of the abilities. Obviously, the A3 is going to be the one that is going to do the most because it's that double hitter, right? So just to like put that on screen here. Stop. Go away. Just to put that on screen here, we are going to get, let's see, before attacking, increases by 20% for each hex debuff, and obviously that maxes out at 100%. Plarium said they're going to update the skill description. I think that that's obvious, but I guess not if you wanted to try him in Spider. That's not going to work. So it is going to max out at 100%. I think that this is a very strong ability, but I'm not sure it's working as intended. Repeats the attack on all enemies under Hex. And I have showed there, let's see if we can replicate that really quickly before we jump into the next segment. Okay, so let's see, Lydia's going to get some hexes up here because she's in Cursed. And then, oh, we have everybody here. So we're going to target Horden. Oh, it did target everybody there. Why didn't it? Let me go try a couple times. I was about to say every other time he's gotten that double hit. But here's another instance of he didn't get that double hit. So I don't know, maybe there's like some kind of issue with his AI or programming or something, but Plarium, make sure that you take a look at that before he's released. Either way, when he gets that double hit, it is very powerful. Okay, so let's jump over into Hydra and let's really break down what you can expect when you fuse him on your account. Do I think you should fuse him? Before we get too far into the video and you close off the video, make sure that you put your player ID in the comments below for that gem giveaway. And yes, you should probably do the fusion. There are some people whose rosters are robust who are not going to benefit tremendously from him, but don't forget, you will benefit from him in Curse City. You definitely will. You could benefit from him in like siege mode, for example, which I'm still mad about, but whatever. So here's the thing. He's gonna be really helpful in Curse City. All of these champions, all of these fusions are going to help you clear more and more stages in Curse City. So if you're on the fence about it, I would personally go for him. Do you need help in Demon Spawn Faction Wars? No, I don't think so. But yeah, he would be good there. Okay, so like, I don't know. If you're looking for an excuse to do the fusion, yeah, he's going to be good. He's going to be good. Okay, so before I jump in here, okay, this is the main team that I've been testing him with, okay? I know Raka is a Void Legendary, okay, I get it, but she is so undervalued and underutilized, I felt like she was really worthwhile in this team. We have, you know, some other champions that people should really have, and then there's Harima. She can be whatever provoker that you want. She could even be somebody in a provoke set, but just like some kind of provoke champion in the team. The rest of the team I felt like was pretty accessible. Raka can be any reviver. It's just I wanted him to take as many turns as possible, and she has this passive turn meter fill, which is really cool, in addition to being a reviver. And that shield, I don't know. I really like Raka. I think she's undervalued, and she's definitely good for Hydra. We have all of the abilities that we need in this team to succeed, okay? And that's pretty important. I think that the main reason, one of the reasons why people don't succeed in Hydra is because they don't fulfill these slots. They don't have these abilities. And the abilities that he is bringing is damage, but most importantly, Hex, right? He's bringing that Hex debuff. Now, if you have good cursed gear, do you need him? You can get away with it. You know, you don't, okay? What about Michinaki? You're going to run decreased defense and Hex. Okay, well, you don't really need him for that team then. But there are lots of teams, for example, this team here, that would really benefit from him. Okay. Now, who is he going to be comparable to? He is going to be comparable to Valkonen. He is going to be compared to Ruel the Huntmaster, Holsring, and Akamtum. These are the champions he is most similar to. I'm happy to tell you he is better than Akamtum. I'm happy to tell you that. I think that he is on par with Ruel and Holsring. That's the level that he's at. And these are two underappreciated champions. I know, hit me up in the comments if you're a Ruel lover or a Holsring fan, because these two guys are very, very good. Me personally, Valkonen is the best of all of these, okay? I run him in one of my main Hydra teams, and he is an absolute beast. Now, unfortunately, in the rankings, our new dude here is not going to beat out Valkonen. He's just not, okay? But he is going to be in that next category down. So, no, he's not going to be as good as Valkonen. Valkonen is better, okay? But he is the same level of power as Ruel or Holsring. So if you're looking for that type of a champion, this guy is for you. If you don't have either of these, this guy is for you because he's better than Akamtum. I have found Akamtum to be pretty lackluster in terms of end game damage for Hydra. If you are mid game, he is wonderful and perfect, although hard to keep alive. Admittedly, my Akamtum build does not have a lot of damage in here because he's in a provoke set, but also when I tested Akamtum for damage, it wasn't what I would have liked. So, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple damage comparisons here with him in Hydra. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run this team. We're going to go for, I don't know, like 5 minutes on each thing, which will probably get us to like turn 30 to 50, something like that. And then we'll be able to see the damage output. What you're going to see from him is extreme consistency. Extreme consistency. Because he's placing that hex. And that's what makes him so good, is that consistency. You don't get that hex placement very easily. You just don't. It's not a common thing. That's what sets him apart from most Hex champions, is that placement ability that he has. Placing the Hex, then attacking. And with this team here, what we're doing is we are creating a team that takes a lot of turns. So that's going to keep us stockpiling the damage and keeping us ahead of the Hydra clan boss. So anyway, we will trend towards that 1 million damage per turn. You've heard me mention that as a target number, as a goal setting metric that I like to go by when I'm doing takeovers or when I'm working on teams like this. We want to shoot for about 1 million damage per turn. If possible, lots more, right? But like, on whatever difficulty you're going for, that should be your goal-setting metric. If you can surpass that, that's awesome. But that should be what we're aiming for when we are working on improving our Hydra scores. And in addition to that, we want survivability. So we want 1 million damage per turn, and we want a team that's going to survive as long as possible. And this setup here, let me just tell you, has been very consistent. Harima there, going to be doing significant damage, but you could see 500k from our dude, and I can never remember his name. It's not Skathix. Anyway, I can't remember his name yet, but I'll get it. So you can see here, he is doing good damage. And actually, his damage is going to be a little bit better than everybody else outside of Valkonen. So I do think he is a little bit better than the other options, but he's not going to be a lot better. So if you're already using some of those other hex options that I mentioned, I mean, he's not going to replace, I mean, he would definitely replace them, but he's not going to be a huge improvement. It would be a minor improvement, okay? So that is something that you need to keep in mind, okay? You can see him dying here, which is totally fine. That's why we have a reviver, right? So we can run full damage on these types of champions, okay? And you can see we're trending towards this 1,000,000 damage. I have Estrid built for damage because she's a damage dealer. Please put her in Savage. Lethal or Merciless would be amazing. Raka's cooldown on the revive is a little slow. But you can see Harima doing really good damage here. I think her build is not even that good on my account. But you can see, here we go with the revive. Okay, finally. You can see that we're going to be getting good damage out of this guy. So let's see him come in here and attack. Okay, 670,000 is really a great result. That's going to be his A3. Can we get another attack in here? Probably. Before this respawns. Okay. 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 So what we want to do, if you're manualing him, you're going to get more damage out of him. In this case, we already have the Hex everywhere, so it's totally fine. We could probably target here. 487, 652. So he's not getting a huge damage boost on that second attack. It's in that same range, but you can tell it's going to be pretty strong. Now, I will say, I do have him after this run. Let's come in here and, like, show his stats off, okay? We'll get to, like, boss turn count 30. I think that's reasonable to start seeing good damage. And that'll hit us around the 50 million mark. And what you'll notice from the other tests is that this is going to be higher than the other results. And so you can look forward to him impacting your account in a positive way. Can he nuke an arena? No, I really don't think so. I don't think he's going to bring enough damage. And when you see the build that I have on him, you're going to see, okay, I do have a decent amount of damage here. Like, his build is pretty solid. But when we come in here, even though he was dead, he still has the most damage by far. Right? He's at 19 million. Now, her Estrid, look, 10 million damage. She can smack. And Harima is definitely going to catch him because her damage is going to scale up. But you can also tell Skorid, even without a blessing, okay? So with a blessing, he's going to do significantly more damage. Maybe that's an even further argument in favor of him, is that these other champions that I have here, like Ruel, we'll go ahead and take a look at him next. Ruel is going to be having that 5-star blessing. And that is really powerful. That is really powerful. So Ruel, So here's the thing I don't like about Ruel, okay? This is not an attack, but you need to do it before his A2. So he's good, but if this was an attacking ability, I think Ruel would be a lot better. I think so many more people would use him, but because of that, people don't. I do like this perfect veil placement. You can make a team with a lot of your champions getting perfect veil, you know? Like, let's say you set it up so that you have somebody else as the highest attack champion, then you can run Ragash as your decreased defense champion, somebody else for block buffs. And in addition to that, you could run somebody like Tunisia, who is not going to get feared. If you have her, she's great. We were talking about her on stream the other day. So anyway, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to run this for like 5 minutes. Then we can see the damage comparison. I think that's the most important one, is Ruel. So we'll do that. And again, we're going to get that Hex placement here. So I think it's pretty comparable. But again, he doesn't hit on that attack. So anyway, well, let's let this run out, and I'll show you the damage comparison. Oh, I don't want to forget to mention this. One of the strengths of Ruel the Huntmaster is that he has an A1 decreased defense. So when we do things like ally attack, it gets decreased defense up on the neck way quicker than a lot of other champions. And you can see here Ruel doing pretty solid damage. We're trending around that 1 million damage per turn mark. But I wanted to make sure to mention that is a strength of Ruel the Huntmaster, is that damage. And I think that, you know, maybe you're supposed to build a Ruel. If he's hiding in your vault, maybe you're supposed to go build him and save yourself doing this fusion. But let's see the damage, though. And make sure to stick around after this, because I'll show you some of these builds, and we'll take a look at what we're actually supporting here, so that you can know, whether you're going to be able to do the same amount of damage or whether it's going to be down a little more, up a little more. It's not going to be crazy different than this. Hey, stop ally attacking the wrong people, okay? Okay, so we're approaching that turn 30, and as you can see, the damage is pretty on par, but a little bit less, which, again, there's going to be some RNG, right? There's definitely going to be some RNG, but it's pretty comparable. Like, I almost don't think we could find a better comparison than Ruel the Huntmaster. So, I think that's right on point. 1 million damage per turn. Let's go ahead and end the fight here. So we can see that damage screen. You can see Ruel at 8 million, Harim at 8 million, Estrid at 9 million. So he's not putting out as much damage. Again, I think because, number one, I have the blessing cruelty still on there, so he could be getting Nature's Wrath, which would be great for him. I'm probably blocking some of that with my head, but in addition, he has that A3 with no attack, where our new guy, he does not need that. Okay, he is going to be attacking with every ability, which is, again, another strength of his. So let me go ahead and find him and put him back in here. Once we get a blessing on him, I think that could make him fairly significantly better. Okay, but again, this is the team or the champions who he's going to be similar to. And then I wanted to mention this team here as well. We have our ally attacker. I chose Cardial. He has increased crit rate buff, so we can build our other champions with less crit rate if we want to. I think this is a perfect Packmaster team. The Packmaster, I don't have him on the test server, so I put Gallic there. And then one of the hounds, the Fellhound for the decreased speed. And then we'll have increased speed, decreased defense, and weaken from Lydia. We'll have Provoke and Revive from Molly. And then, of course, we have the Hex and the Damage from our new guy, what is his name? Skorid, okay? So I think that's a wonderful team. If you did the last fusion with the Packmaster, I think that he is a really good pairing with this fusion. So if you're trying to build a Hydra team, you really have a lot of the components needed with just these last two fusions. And I think that's pretty incredible. Okay, so what is his name? Skorid? Yes, okay. So he does have good gear, all right? His base attack is only 1498, which is a little bit low. But we still have pretty decent stats on him, guys, okay? So keep that in mind. I don't want to try to trick you or anything, okay? He's got some pretty solid gear on. No blessing yet. Again, that's going to increase his damage a lot. He will use Nature's Wrath, if I had to guess. And then here are the masteries that I'm using right now. Focus on offense and support. The Helm Smasher, definitely going to be helpful. But then really just trying to get as many turns as possible over here on support. Let me see what we can do in Arena. I just want to double check and make sure that he's not going to be good there. All of the Hydra testing I made, that's done. I did that. So I have that information. That knowledge is already available. The Arena, I haven't tested him there yet, so let's do it. All right, so this is the team I've chosen here. Arbiter, Yumiko, Necrit, and what is his name? Skorid. I will get it. I will get it. I'm having a hard time remembering it, though. Okay, so let's come in here. Deadwood Jedi's team here. Boost. Reset. Okay, Necrit is protecting. Wonderful, wonderful. Boost. And let's kill him. Actually? Wait. Are you telling me he can actually be our arena nuker? There's no way, right? There's no way. Okay, let's see. This is a tanky team here, okay? Okay. He can't really be an arena nuker. You know, like, it's just like he's not gonna bring enough if the team is tanky, okay? Yeah, get out of here, my dude. Get out of here. Okay. And then, sure. Okay. Okay. You can also do this if you don't have Necrit, you can use Ultimate Death Knight. He works pretty well in this type of a team also. And then here. Not bad. Not bad. I think that there's a lot of better options for arena nukers. But if you're building him in some of your best gear anyway, then why not? Then actually, why not? So that'll do it for me here today. What do you think of this guy? Are you going to go fuse him now? Did you remember to put your player ID down below so that you can be registered for this gem giveaway? What do you think about this guy? You know, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, consider hitting the like button here as well. That's going to help other people get to see this video. You have the ability to promote that very easily with just pressing that like button. And finally, might as well ask you to turn on your notifications since you're a baller and you made it all the way to the end here. Also, we are done with the stupid email notifications. So all you're going to get is a pop-up on your phone if you turn notifications on for the channel. So I would consider you to do that. I would suggest you to do that. Either way, give me your feedback on this guy. After testing him, honestly, I'm more impressed after testing him than I thought I was going to be. I'm more impressed than I thought I was going to be. So let me know what you think, and we'll talk about it later on stream as well. I'll see you guys later. Have a great